Hello everyone, and we welcome you all back to our new video that is based upon journal, and we are going to discuss in this video some common transactions of journal which we often see while we are studying our course, right? So we welcome you back on Accounting by Vineet Keshwani. We are going to discuss our topic, some common transactions of journal. A business enters into various transactions during a year, but here there are some common transactions which will make your basic knowledge strong about journal. These transactions are: number 1, for setting up of business with cash, or we can say that for starting the business with cash, commencing the business with cash. As we had discussed earlier, the golden rules about journal entries. So based upon those golden rules, these entries will be passed. So when the business is started with cash, entry will be cash account debit. Cash being a real account will come into the business, therefore cash account will be debited. As per the golden rule number 2, cash account will be debited as it is coming in. To capital account. Now this word capital account represents the owner. The owner is a person and that person is a giver, therefore we used to credit the giver, therefore capital account of the owner has been credited. Keep it in mind, owner will not be mentioned by his name. Rather than this, we will mention owner's name by capital. Okay. So entry for starting the business is cash account debit to capital account. Now cash is an asset, right? Cash is an asset as well. Any other kind of asset or any other form of asset has been introduced into the business, then in that case, that asset account will also be debited apart from cash. Likewise, example is there that business started with cash rupees 5 lakh and furniture rupees 1 lakh. That is by introducing cash and furniture we had started the business. So cash account debit being a real account, furniture is also a type of real account, therefore it is also coming in. Hence furniture account has also been debited by rupees 1 lakh. And what total sum has been introduced by the owner as capital, so it is rupees 6 lakh, therefore we have credited capital account by rupees 6 lakh. And such type of journal entry is known as a compound journal entry, in which two or more accounts are either debited or credited. A journal entry in which two or more accounts are either debited, या तो हम दो या दो से ज़्यादा accounts को debit करते हैं या credit करते हैं, that is called as a compound entry, compound journal entry. Whereas what we had earlier what we had seen, this is a type of simple journal entry in which only a single account is debited and a single account is credited. Now let us come on to the next transaction. First one was for starting the business with cash. After commencing the business, what a business used to do, or what proprietor used to do. So proprietor used to purchase some goods, right, for resale purpose. He used to purchase those goods for resale purpose. So whenever goods are purchased, keep it in mind, I'm talking about purchases account. Whenever goods are purchased, in that case purchases account is always debited. Whenever goods are purchased, purchase account is debited. Now what you have to credit, so it depends upon various situations. It depends whether you have paid cash for that purchase, you had made the payment through check, or you haven't made the payment. So depending upon these cases, various entries can be passed. Likewise, example 1 is there, goods purchased for rupees 10,000. Nothing has been mentioned whether these have been purchased through check or through by giving check or by giving cash, or these have been purchased on credit basis. So therefore what we will assume here, we will assume that the goods have been purchased for cash. Therefore what entry we will pass, entry will be purchases account debit to cash account. This entry will be passed. Suppose in that case, suppose if the payment has been made by check, not in cash but through check, then this entry will become purchases account debit to bank account, because cash has not been used. What we have used, we have made the payment through check, therefore bank account will be credited, as the bank is the giver of the sum due towards that supplier. Okay. Next example is there, goods purchased for rupees 10,000 through check. What we had done, We had purchased the goods for rupees valuing 10,000 and we had given the payment through check. We have made the payment through check. So entry will be purchases account debit to bank account. Next example is goods purchased for rupees 10,000 from Ravi. Now the value of goods is 10,000 and we had purchased it, right? And we have purchased it from Ravi. Whenever the name of the person is given and there is no information whether the goods have been purchased on cash basis or credit basis, whether we had made the payment or not, so it will always be assumed that the goods have been purchased on credit basis. So therefore neither we had made the cash payment nor we had made payment through bank account. So what entry will be passed? Our entry will be purchases account debit to that creditor or supplier account, as he is the giver of the goods, right? So what entry we will pass here in this case? Purchases account debit to Ravi's account. I hope, am I very clear to you? I'm very clear to you regarding this topic. Let us start another example. This will be somewhat different from the third one. Example number 4. Goods purchased for rupees 10,000 from Ravi. Now here you can see that the information is as similar as in case of example number 3, but one addition is there, that is for cash. Now this time name has been mentioned. So in the case when the name has been mentioned, the name of the supplier has been mentioned, what we used to assume that goods have been purchased on credit basis. But now here clearly it is mentioned that goods have been purchased for cash. So therefore this name will not be used, that is supplier's name will not be used in the entry, because we had given the cash payment. So therefore entry will remain purchases account debit to cash account itself, right? The creditor's account will not be used or the supplier's account will not be used because we had made the cash payment. Okay. Similarly, as we had talked about transactions of purchase of goods, now what business used to do, one more important transaction of the business, that is sale of goods. Business used to sell its goods. Whatever purchases have been made, these are to be sold in order to make profits, in order to earn profits. So entry is cash account debit, bank account debit, or customer or debtor account debit to sales account. Keep it in mind, sales account will be fixed here. Whenever goods have been sold, whenever goods are sold, sales account is always credited. As it's a nominal account, we have credited it, credit all incomes. So we have credited the sales account. And which account will be debited? So that depends on the various condition, various situation, whether we have received cash or we have received a check or the payment has not been received at all, right? So these entries depends on the circumstances. Example number 1, like goods sold for rupees 10,000. Again, as similar in case of purchases, nothing has been mentioned here whether we have received cash or we have received a check, or the amount the goods have been sold to a debtor on credit basis. Nothing has been mentioned. Therefore what we will assume, we'll assume that we have received cash for such sales. So entry will be cash account debit to sales account. What entry we have passed? Cash account debit to sales account. That's for the same value, rupees 10,000. Example number 2, goods have been sold for 10,000 rupees and received a check. Again, the goods have been sold on cash basis, but this time instead of cash we have received a check. And now we are putting some assumption here, that we are assuming that the check has been deposited into bank on the same day. What difference it makes when the check is not deposited into the bank on the same day, or it is deposited on some other day? A difference will be created in this entry, and we are going to discuss it in the later on videos. That video will be based upon banking transaction. So keep connected, stay watching. Goods sold for rupees 10,000 and received a check, and we are assuming that the check has been deposited into the bank on the same day. So our bank will receive the amount. Therefore, bank being the receiver, bank account will be debited and sales account has been credited, being a nominal account, income for the business. Okay. Next is example number 3rd. Goods sold for rupees 10,000 to Ravi. Now here we have clearly mentioned that it is credit sale. Reason being, name of a person has been mentioned and nothing has been said here that whether we have received a cash or we have received the payment through check. Nothing has been mentioned, therefore it will be considered as a credit sale. So what account will be debited, which account will be debited? So Ravi's account, that is the customer's account, will be debited and sales account will be credited. Example number 4, goods sold for rupees 10,000 to Ravi. Again, it is as similar as of credit sale, but this time it has clearly been mentioned that such purchases have been made on cash basis, because it is given that Ravi has paid cash to us. So cash account debit to sales account, that would be our entry for sales. Next is one more prominent entry. That entry is for transaction of expenses. Whenever we used to make payment for any expense, we used to debit that expense account, being a nominal account. Golden rule number 3rd, which is used for nominal account, that is debit all expenses and losses. So therefore expenses account will be debited, and cash account being a real account, as cash is going out of the business, therefore cash account will be credited. So the entry becomes expenses account debit to cash account. Next one, contrary to problem number 4, contrary to the topic number 4 for payment of expenses, just opposite to it, for receiving any income. So entry will be reversed, and in place of expenses, income account will be used. Entry will be cash account debit to income account. Again, incomes are to be credited as per our golden rule number 3rd, which is used for nominal accounts, and cash being a real account, as it is coming in whenever we are going to receive any income in cash. So cash will come into the business, and cash being a real account will be debited. Debit what comes in, that is according to golden rule number 2. So I hope I'm very clear with this video that what important transaction, which common transactions we used to pass in our journal, and a business enters into these common transactions. Each and every type of business enters into these similar transactions. So we hope you have learned something from this video. See you in the next video. Thanks for watching. Please like, please share, and please subscribe. Have a nice day to all.